Yo, what is up, guys? Episode 5 of Robin the Gobbler is coming out here for you guys today to watch. Started off with a little bit of bandos. My luck went absolutely off in this episode. I don't think I'm going to be getting too many drops from one of the specific bosses ever again, but you guys are going to see in a moment. First of all, we got started with some bandos. We picked up some nice drops, not too brilliant. An effigy, a helm, and then a bandos hilt. So not the best drops we could have got there. Not too bad. I'm not going to complain. It's nice to get them ticked off on the drop table, even if they're not worth too much. But after that, I went over to Zammy. If you guys remember, before this episode, I picked up a garb and a ward of subjugation. So this episode started off really well with our second garb of the series, and this is where my luck started to go off. In my next trip, first drop, picked up a third garb of subjugation, and the drop rates, the drop chance of getting 3 garbs and 1 ward, not that high. I mean, at this point, I'm feeling very, very lucky. I'm thinking that if that's the only drop I get for this trip, I won't be too upset. That's not to be the case though, because my second drop of the series of the same trip ended up being a gown. So still very lucky. Quite an expensive drop, just over nearly 2 mil, I think, at the moment. A gown of subjugation. The luck continued, which is really surprising, with a second gown in just a moment. And you can tell at this point I'm starting to wonder if I'm ever going to get another drop from Zammy. And we're still in the same trip. So I went for a 2-hour trip. I did take Supreme Overload, so I think they probably helped me with my kill rates. But all the same, that's, this is a very profitable trip. We finished off with a 4th drop, and it was actually our 4th garb of subjugation. And like the chances of that are very low. So I thought you guys, I was skeptical myself. I couldn't believe I'd gotten that, so I decided to take a quick screenshot of my adventurers log. You can see there the 2 gowns and 2 garbs. Very, very lucky. Went back to Zamrak for another Slayer task, I think, and picked up another couple of drops. And this one was really cool because they were back to back. Back-to-back gloves of subjugation, which you guys will see the second one in a moment. So consecutive kills, and the second one I actually got an effigy as well. So that's the chances of that are really, really low. I'm really very happy with what I've picked up for drops on this series. So luck's starting to go down. I'm thinking that's probably it. Got a steam battle staff in the same trip, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is back to normal. But the luck continued. I picked up the 5th garb of subjugation. So up to 5 garbs, 2 gowns, 2 boots, 2 gloves and 1 pair of boots. As you can see now, there's the boots drop coming in right there, along with a ward. Anyway, I'm going to toss you guys over to the price check and live com now. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'll see you guys soon. How's it going, guys? If I've done this right, you guys should have just come from a little bit of non-live com over a little bit of backing footage, and I wanted to quickly jump into a price check of what we've got so far on the series. So first of all, let's quickly jump into, this is all entirely inaccurate. I want to check very quickly where I'm at with my kills. So for the moment, we're going to ignore hard mode and next because they're kind of a little bit different. But we're going to take a look at all the normal mode bosses. We've got Ziliana. She hasn't moved. We're 32 kills into that, and obviously a long way to go. Grador, we've actually gone over the 500 mark. 504 now, as you'll see when I check out the bones in my bank. Still haven't touched Kriara Armadil, so that's another one that's going to take a lot of work. But I'm basically working to finish off Bandos and Zammy first, and then get into those 2 harder ones. And then finally we got Krill, which has just hit 501. So 504 kills down on Bandos, 501 on Zammy. Both are now officially over halfway, which is really, really cool. It's taken a fairly long time to get there. Quickly just deposit what I got in my yak. As you probably saw in this episode, my luck went off the hook. I just suddenly started getting drops from everywhere, so I'm going to leave the actual loots in there for now. I can jump in there because it needs to be there. We'll take a look at what we've got, the rest of it. So they'll stay with the big. Sorry, that'll stay with the big price check at the end. So I'm going to get all this out and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so here's all the basic loot. If I check in the bank tab, you can see I've left a few things like molten glass, some flax, and some big bones. Not too much other than the nice big drops at the top. There's left some gold ores there, but it's not, overall it's not worth too much. I'm going to just toss it all basically just straight in. So as you can see, just before we even get to the rune stuff, I've already hit 3.7 mil, which is awesome. It's all going to stack up really well. The ores are going to be worth a lot for a long time, so there's no way they're never going to go down basically. You can see we've just hit, I'll add in the rest of the rune, the armor pieces I guess, and the rune bars. So even with ores and basically armor pieces and rune items and that sort of thing, we've already hit 10 mil. It's absolutely huge. I wasn't expecting it to be that big, to be quite honest. These will be going up a little bit. They're a little bit higher than G, I believe. I could be wrong. Either way, they're still pretty worth banking because a yak scroll is 300 GP, and each of these is 965. So I'm basically making money on it regardless. Herbs, Lantadine is worth a ton, 1.5 mil just in that, and another 5.8 mil in Wines of Zamorak. So I picked up 185 of those on my last trip, which was, of course, it was 2 hours, so it wasn't a short trip, but it's definitely added together. Just add the last of it in. A couple of Dragon Longswords. So without even adding in the coin stack or the big drops, we're at 20 mil already. Coin stack obviously brings us up to 37.7, nearly 38 mil. Alright, so I'm going to toss that back in the bank. Give me a Okay, now we move on to the really good stuff. Now, I've been really lucky with my drops so far. Not at Bandos. Bandos has kind of let me down, and I'm relying on basically the rune drops and the orc bones to carry me through there. As you can see, that's 4.3 mil. A lot of God Sword Shard 2s. I actually have enough to complete my first God Sword, and I might end up doing that. I've got the Bandos hilt, so we're already up to 5.8 mil, which is really cool. Adding the Bandos drops, not the most valuable ones, obviously. Kind of disappointing, but still, they're adding in. Subjugation Ward is going up at the moment. It's skyrocketed in the last few days, and since I got it at about 280k, and it's already up to 500. So I don't know what happened to it, but it has absolutely jumped. You probably saw earlier I got my 2 gloves of subjugation back to back, along with an effigy. That was really cool. And then we get to the really big stuff. Now I've gotten really lucky with these drops. You shouldn't expect this sort of drop rate. You can see I've got 5 garbs of subjugation. So that's 15 mil right there. Now it is actually dropping at the moment, and it's dropping quite rapidly. So it's probably not going to be worth that much when I end up getting around to selling it. That's okay because at the moment 28 mil plus the 37 mil, we're up to 65 mil if I've done my maths correctly, which I think I have. 65 mil, and we're only halfway done with 2 of the bosses. So we're 1/4 of the way finished. It's looking like it's going to be a really big price check at the end, and I'm really looking forward to finishing this off. I may end up selling the tab once I hit 1,000 of Bandos and Zammy kills, so I can just knock out the tab and start fresh basically. But I will keep a tally of exactly where I am with the drops, so you guys can see exactly how far we've come since the start. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I really am, especially with the last week at Zammy. It's been absolutely ridiculous, so I'm really starting to enjoy where I'm going with this series. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.